So we're going to now go to guest remarks by Jill Morgenthaler, who is the president of the Illinois Democratic Women, and we're very glad to have her out with us this evening. Please give her a hand as she comes.
2 years ago, I ran for U.S. Congress. I knew I was going to have my reputation soiled. I knew there was going to be lies. I knew there was going to be attacks. I have to still say it was pretty shocking, though, watching a man spend $2 million to make me seem like one really horrible person. He won, but that's okay. Because by running, and I want to thank all of you who have the courage to run, I grew as a person. I had to think about things I had never thought about. I'd always been a Democrat, and I'll tell you why in a minute, but I never even really deeply examined why. But by running, I got to think about everything. I got into the living rooms. I heard the concerns of the wealthy, of the poor, of the black, of the white, of the Christian, of the Muslim, of the Jewish. And through that experience, I became a far better person. And for some of you younger people, sometimes when you're in your 50s, you're kind of skating. This made me stand up and grow some more. And so for all of you who are running, first of all, I do wish that you win. But second of all, I also wish that you grow. When I ran, I actually ran Homeland Security for the great state of Illinois at that time, and that turned out to be a very shameful career, according to my opponent, because it meant I worked for Blagojevich. Oh my heavens. I myself was really proud of keeping you all safe. There were no terrorists when I ran it. I want that noted. But during that race, we saw a very ugly race against our own president. Very ugly. And let me tell you, in 2 more years, it's going to be even uglier. It is. So let me step back. First of all, what I'd like each one of you, before you go out there, I want you to think about why you are a Democrat. Now, I was raised in a family. My father is a Marine. My mother was a housewife. And my mother was a Democrat. My father was a Republican. Okay, that's what marriage is about, fighting, you know. And then when I turned 15, we lived in Washington, D.C., and my mother joined Head Start. She's one of the first women in Head Start back in the 60s. I didn't have a job. I was too young, so she said, "You're not sitting at home. You're not sleeping in. You're coming with me." And she took me off the military base. And she took me to neighborhoods where children had not had parks, where children had not been in the woods, where children had never played in swimming pools. Some of my best moments was because I'm a strong young woman. I got the young boys who were scared of being in a swimming pool but wanted to. And I remember I'd have like 2 of them hanging on, and we'd just have so much fun. That Christmas, after I went back to high school, my mother said, "Hey, you want to help out at Head Start during Christmas break?" I go, "Oh yes, I want to see the kids again." Well, every day at Christmas, the kids were talking about when Santa's coming, when Santa's coming, when Santa's coming. I came back 2 days after Christmas. They were still saying, "When Santa's coming, when Santa's coming." I knew at 15 that was so wrong. Santa never came. The wealthiest nation in the world, and we cannot even have Santa for our children. I became a Democrat. Now, Republicans out there, they try and take away a lot of stuff from our Democrats. They try to tell us we're not patriots. I served 30 years in the military. I think I qualify as a patriot. And I'm proud to be a Democrat. They try to tell us we're not Christians. And yet, look at the democratic values. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Take care of the children. Take care of your parents. Love one another. I'm sorry, those are democratic values. Well, I'm sorry, in the Army we would say, hooah, hooah. And they also don't take care of veterans. So let's look back at the 8 years when the Republicans ruled, because we need to remember this in 2 years as we all go hit the streets again. First of all, they destroyed the financial state of our nation through greed and uncontrolled measures. They destroyed our education with No Child Left Behind. MacArthur Foundation found out not one single school in America, not one, benefited from No Child Left Behind. They denied our veterans housing and mental health care, and we're paying for that. I was just at Walter Reed for the last 8 days. Everyone should go to Walter Reed and walk through the halls. The money's coming in now. We've got Tammy Duckworth there. We've got President Obama. We've got Michelle Obama taking reins on this. But for all their patriotism, they did not take care of our vets. And they have not taken care of women. They denied equal pay for equal work. We had to have the Ledbetter Act to get something that just makes sense. And then they denied health care. My husband has multiple sclerosis. He worked for 20-some years, never really needed his health care. He got laid off. He got MS. He's not allowed to have health care. Wait a minute, he paid into health care for 28 years. This is just wrong. The wealthiest nation in the world. We need to remember these things, because in 2 years, they treat us as if we're stupid. They think we're going to forget. And ladies and gentlemen, it is your job to make sure your family, your friends, your neighbors do not forget. Look at Sarah Palin. Oh my heavens. Who thought evil would come as an attractive woman? One thing, remember about Sarah Palin in 2 years from now. She is a quitter. She quit being governor of her state to go make millions of dollars. That's all I need to know. It's all about her. It is not about us. And to me, Democrats are inclusive and Republicans are exclusive. So we are going to have to fight and fight hard. We're probably going to have to fight in Illinois again, too. We almost ended up with a governor, just by 20,000 votes, we almost ended up with a governor who did not believe in women having control over their own bodies. He did not believe in equal pay, whether it was for women or minorities. He did not believe in health care benefits for men or for women. We just squeaked in. We can't do that. We have got to get out. We've got to be verbal. We've got to let our young people know they should have more rights than we have. They should have a better future than we had. They should have peace in their lifetime. We've got to get them involved. The Republicans are going to get especially ugly in 2 years, because when there's an ugly election, people get fed up and they stay home. They want you staying home. They want you to stay home. I want you to do everything you can to get every person out there. My proudest moment on election day, I showed up and there was this little old lady walking from the train station, and she's like, and across the street was the voting thing. She's like, that's so far away, but if I didn't vote, my father would roll over in his grave. Would you help me? So I pulled my car up and I drove it across the street. And I said, would you like me to help you inside? Well, honey, I'm a Democrat. Oh, yes, I'm helping you inside. They can kick me out if they want, but I'm helping you. And that's what we need to do. We need to get everyone involved, because they win when they exclude us. We win when we include us. So, now for a little sales thing on the Illinois Democratic women. We are having our annual conference on May 6th, Friday, and we are having Donna Brazil, the first African-American presidential candidate manager, a spitfire, a woman who will tell you exactly how it is, exactly what she thinks. So please, come down and attend if you can, carpool together. It'll be at the Crown Hilton in Springfield. And then the next day on Saturday, we have education programs for people running for office, but we'll also have David Axelrod there to help us talk about how do we get Democrats winning again. So I'm Jill Morgenthaler. I've got my card if any of you would like it after this, and thank you so much for inviting me to attend tonight.